All right, now time to take a quick look at NFL Week 11 and the lines there. It's time to kick off the hot read. So in this segment, we are going to discuss spreads that we're looking at a week in advance. And again, it's not so much about the matchup, folks. It's about anticipating line movement before kickoff. So this is the best way to do that. You get a look at it now before it moves later in the week. Sometimes, Brandon, you turn to Thursday night, so it is important to listen right away. But Thursday night felt like early in the year for you, and now it's been more so looking ahead to the following Sunday or Monday. What do you like for Week 11?
Yeah, no thank you to Thursday night. I am not having luck with the Titans games this year, so we'll see what happens on that one. I'm going to go back to our Buffalo Bills. We talked a lot about them. I rained on a lot of future Bills Super Bowl parades. I'm throwing a parade next week. I'll take the Bills minus 8.5 at home in a bounce back spot against the Browns. We talked about the Browns against the Dolphins, how they got blown out, could not make a stop to save their lives. Well, guess what? The Bills run a pretty similar sort of offense and just as powerful of one. So I think might get a similar looking game. We're getting the Bills, I think, get a bit of a discount here. It's minus 8.5. That's what the line was when I took the Vikings this time last week before we knew Allen was getting hurt. So we're pricing the Vikings the same as the Browns. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. The Vikings are not the most unfraudulent 7-1, now 8-1 team in the world, but get out of here with the Browns pricing the same. Allen looks fine. I'm not that worried there. Defense should get a couple more guys back, should be a little healthier. And then the other thing too, we talked about this before, the Bills are struggling in these one-score games, right? Well, this is not a one-score line. So can the Bills cover and win by 9 or more? Well, they have won 4 out of their 6 wins this season, would have covered this line. All 12 wins last year covered this line. In fact, Buffalo, when they win, has covered 8.5, 24 of their last 27 wins. So basically, you have to ask yourself, do the Buffalo Bills on a 2-game losing streak with the season in the brink, do they win against the terrible Browns and Jacoby Brissett? If you think they win, you take the cover. If you want the cover, you play it now. Because at 8.5, I'll tell you this too. If you like an early week teaser, this is a great spot for a teaser. You go down 6 points, Bills minus 2.5. You only got to win by a field goal now. So if you want a teaser, there's a great spot for that. That's also exactly why this line is going up, because the books are not going to want to leave that one hanging out there for you. So tease it with the Eagles, big favorite if you want. Tease it with my Steelers up to a plus 10.5 for them. I'll just take it straight up. Give me the Bills minus 8.5. I think that line probably gets to double digits and beyond.
So you call it a bounce back spot. May I also add possibly a look ahead spot for the Browns? This is it with Jacoby Brissett. Then you go to Deshaun Watson.
That's very possible too. This is the last one. I didn't realize that. I was thinking we had another week in there still, but yeah, the Browns might be looking ahead to a number of things at this point. They're certainly looking ahead to the future beyond the Bills. So I think you're right that it could be a weird spot for them and kind of weirdly starting to transition. So I think it's a great get right spot for the Bills. Bounce back, get right, call it all the phrases you want. Just let the Bills win by double digits and get our cover here.
Okay, you might be right. I apologize because I think they play Houston at Houston, and that would be the game. It's an 11-game suspension, not 11 weeks.